The big question about leaving it is a big question that makes many people feel worried. Should I quit my job? What if I don't have another one waiting? This question sits in the middle of our minds sometimes. One part of you feels tired. You feel like you are running on empty. You look at your desk and you just think, I need a change. Another part of you is very scared. You think about the bills, the rent, and the steady paycheck. This is a real, difficult problem, and there is no easy answer. Many people tell you to plan everything. They say, never quit until you have the next thing. They talk about safety nets and careful steps, and often they are right. Life is not always easy, and money is very important. A job gives us stability. It gives us a routine. It gives us a reason to get up in the morning, even when we don't feel like it. When you quit suddenly, that stability goes away. It is a big, empty space, and it can feel very scary. But then there is the other side, the side of the heart. Sometimes the job is not just a job, it is a cage. Maybe you work in a place where you do not feel respected. Maybe you are doing work that makes you feel small. Maybe you are constantly stressed, and that stress is hurting your sleep or your health. When your mind and your body are tired all the time, you start to feel sick. You feel like you are losing who you are. In these moments, the need for freedom can feel bigger than the fear of money. Imagine Sarah. Sarah works in an office. She works long hours. She is always busy. But she does not like her work. She does not like her boss. Every morning, she feels a heavy weight in her chest. She feels like she is waiting for something bad to happen. She thinks, I must change this. She looks at her savings. She looks at her bank account. It is not huge, but it is there. She thinks about quitting. The thought is exciting, like a new door opening. But then the thought of no paycheck brings a cold wave of worry. And then there is Mark. Mark works in a small factory. His job is safe. It pays well. But Mark is not happy. He dreams of being a writer. He loves stories. But his job takes up all his time and all his energy. He tries to write in the evenings. He tries to write on weekends. But he is too tired. His mind is always tired from the factory noise. He feels trapped. He feels like he is giving up his real dream just to pay the bills. For Mark, the lack of happiness is a bigger problem than the lack of a perfect job right now. So, how do we find the balance? This is the tricky part. It is not always a choice between quit everything or stay forever. Sometimes the answer is a smart, careful plan. It is about turning the big, scary decision into small, manageable steps. If you feel that your job is hurting you, you need to listen to that feeling. Do not ignore it. But before you press the send button on your resignation email, you need a strategy. First, talk to your finances. Be very honest with yourself. How much money do you need every month? How much do you have saved? If you quit, how many months can you survive without income? If the answer is less than 3 months, the risk is very high. Maybe you need more time to save. Second, redefine what having a job lined up means. It does not always mean a perfect, new, high-paying office job. Sometimes, having a plan means starting a small side project. It could be tutoring. It could be selling handmade items online. It could be taking short courses to learn a new skill. These small steps keep your mind busy and your income flowing, even if it is small. This is a bridge. It is a bridge between your old life and your new life. Third, look at your current job again, but with new eyes. Can you change things inside the job? Can you ask for different tasks? Can you talk to your manager about a better schedule? Sometimes, the problem is not the company itself, but the specific role you are in. A small conversation might fix a big problem. The decision to quit without a plan is a big leap of faith. It is exciting, yes, because it means freedom, but it is also very dangerous, because it means uncertainty. The safest way to jump is to build a very strong, thick bridge first. You need to be ready for the unexpected. You need to have a small emergency fund. You need to know what you want to do next, even if that next thing is just find a better job and not a full career change. In the end, the answer depends on your situation. If your mental health is in serious danger, you must act. But if the problem is just, I am bored, or I want something different, then the best first step is often not to quit. The best first step is to start planning, to start saving, and to start making small changes today. Listen to your tired heart, but also listen to your smart, careful mind. That is how you take the leap safely.